This time on Monkey Thieves, Mastermind Zamir is back in business and branching out into corporate crime. It's the final countdown for Kavi. Either the Gulter gang welcome him home today, or he faces a life behind bars forever. And the monkey catcher pulls out all the stops to enforce the law. It's a cool spring morning in the North Indian city of Jaipur. But in a quiet side street, events are beginning to heat up. A busy accountant prepares for another day at work, unaware that every move he makes is being watched. Jaipur's most wanted monkey has stepped out of the shadows, and he's looking for any opportunity to make his mark. Gulter gang renegade Zamir has teamed up with a new gang, and he already has his beady eye on a fresh target: the city's financial district. Where there's people, there's normally food just waiting to be stolen by a hungry monkey. A 3-hour drive away in the capital Delhi, there's been a spate of vicious macaque attacks on people. The government has introduced strict new laws and banned people from feeding monkeys. Jaipur could easily introduce the same rules. These are dangerous days for Zamir to be trying out new tricks. No one would be safe from the effects of a crackdown on monkey troublemakers, not even the troupe living in luxury at the city's Gulter temple. Alpha male Tarak is the leader of the Gulter gang, a 60-strong family of rhesus macaques living at the temple. And he has enjoyed 6 months of calm rule. But 2 faces from his past have returned to haunt him. Dana Lal, the government monkey catcher, is back on the beat. But Tarak's old foe, Zamir, could wreak much more havoc. Alpha males often rule a troop for just 2 years before they're overthrown by a younger challenger. Tarak is fast approaching his 3rd year in charge. He still has the strength to command respect, but it's getting harder. The mating season is behind him, but a new batch of babies are about to swell the Gulter gang ranks. And that means even more hungry mouths wanting food. Life is tough at the top, so the arrival of visitors couldn't be more welcome. For Hindus, monkeys are sacred, as Hanuman, the monkey god, is one of the most popular deities. Many worshippers bring food gifts to monkeys living at temples, and that means a free-for-all feast for the Gulter gang. There's one face the teens Bipin, Yash, and Tito are always happy to see. Kanaya works as a tourist guide at Gulter, but his first thought isn't always about sightseers. It's about the monkeys who live at the temple. 80% of his wages are spent on food for animals, and his chapatis are a Gulter gang favorite. Young Anoop is always impatient and jumps the queue. Whereas Rani is happy to sit back and let the treats come to her. But as the gang eagerly wolf down the last crumbs, events in the city are conspiring against them all. Back in the financial district, Zamir is ready to strike. He's spent 6 months on his own, but now he's got backup. He's finally wheedled his way into the inner circle of another gang, and it seems he's wasted no time forming a splinter group. 2 young males who know how important it is to have friends in high places. Zamir might be a new arrival, but due to his size and dominant behavior, he's been able to rise high up the pecking order of his new troop. At long last, life is finally looking up for Zamir. For Shia Singh, it's another busy day filling out tax forms and making sure they're safely filed. But even the best-kept secrets can be exposed by determined hands. An urgent phone call doesn't just draw Shia away from his desk. It paves the way for monkey thieves to go hunting for breakfast. The youngsters seem nervous about entering, so Zamir offers encouragement the only way he knows how, with a bite. As usual, until he knows the coast is clear, Zamir wants someone else to take all the risks. But with the accountant safely out of the picture, the office is now open for business. Zamir style. One Gulter gang youngster is facing a very uncertain future. Little Kavi has spent around 8 months at animal charity Helping Suffering, recovering from an accident. At long last, he's ready to rejoin the outside world. But releasing him is a very delicate operation. Kavi's carer, Suresh Valmiki, plans to free Kavi where he had his accident, as it's likely to be within his troop's territory. But to satisfy Suresh, the Gulter gang need to do more than find Kavi. They need to make it clear that they'll welcome him home. Suresh needs to see signs of gentle contact through the cage bars before setting him free, as some macaques are attacked by their own troop during reunions like this. When the Gulter gang saw Kavi yesterday, they fled in fear. If today is the same, the rest of Kavi's life could be spent in a zoo. Unfortunately, the charity don't have the resources to attempt a third release. Suresh is desperate for Kavi to rejoin his troop. But the dusty streets are deserted. The Gulter gang are nowhere to be seen. Back in the business district, Shia Singh's world is being turned upside down. Zamir is an expert at finding hidden treasure. Monkeys are used to putting effort into uncovering the best foods. Cracking open nuts, peeling bananas, and shelling peas comes naturally. To a monkey mind, something cased in a hard shell could be hiding a delicacy. So everything in the office is given a thorough going over. Even the glue holding a poster in place is sampled for taste. But it's a fruitless search, and a noisy one. Secrets are scattered across the streets. And the alarm's finally raised. The raiders flee the scene with nothing more than a crumpled tax return for their troubles. But targeting an office building has set dangerous wheels in motion. Dana lulls. Zamir might be able to hide behind a new gang, but with his past crimes piling up, he's become a marked man, and the monkey catcher's net is closing in. Thanks to Kanaya's chapatis, the Gulter gang's stomachs are full, and they can spend the afternoon exploring the city. Yesterday, Bipin, Yash and Tito saw a monkey in a cage who looked strangely familiar. One of the reasons macaques can adapt so successfully to changing situations and surroundings is that they have a highly inquisitive nature. Bipin, Yash and Tito have turned detectives. The mystery of the monkey in the cage needs to be solved. Someone the Gulter gang would rather never see again has sprung into action on the other side of the city. And Dana Lal now has helping hands. In the wake of the developments in Delhi, Dana has drafted in members of his family to help him make sure monkeys in Jaipur are kept on a tight leash. It's the largest deployment of monkey catchers the city has ever seen. Dana's brothers bait a trap near the raided office, hoping the troublemakers will return. But as the day disappears, there's no sign of Zamir. Then Dana and his team receive a hot tip. It seems their quarry have their sights on a bigger target. Jaipur's central grain market is under siege. And not just from a flock of birds. After several tense hours, Kavi has finally attracted the attention of his old friends. But the sight of bars is one many of the Gulter gang are still wary of. Yash and Tito were once trapped in a cage and transported to a world they didn't understand. But Bipin wasn't. He can't see any food leading into the cage, or any sign of the man with the moustache who once captured his friends. But what he can see is a familiar face staring straight at him. It's make or break time for the Gulter gang's prodigal son. Loading and unloading heavy sacks of grain is hard enough work without the threat of daylight robbery looming large. Vasu is the leader of Zamir's new troop. His gang have already damaged several sacks of grain, but the big boss wants more. Zamir and his young followers sneak back into the fold. Vasu's gang is now at full strength. As Dana and his team arrive at the scene, Zamir is quick to spot a familiar face. Two old adversaries lock eyes once again. Macaques often raise the alarm when they recognize danger. Not Zamir. Not this time. Vasu may not have come into contact with the monkey catcher until now. Vasu seems less wary, more intrigued by the drama unfolding beneath him. Dana's brothers know that setting their trap at roof height is their best bet. Zamir has seen it all before. Dana knows he needs to pull out all the stops to try and outwit the old pro. And an empty oil drum is a good place to start. It's not a trap, it's a hiding place. And Dana's nephew, Chimu, is the lucky one with the right build to fit inside. Dana and his team disappear from sight. The coast looks clear. With insatiable curiosity and hunger, several of Vasu's gang creep closer. The scene is set for a showdown. Back at Gulter Gate, little Isha is playing with danger. She's climbing towards the same electricity pylon Kavi fell from when he had his accident. Fortunately, Rani still has one eye on her daughter and orders her back down with a sharp grunt. Danger over. All eyes return to the strange sight of little captive Kavi. After being handled by humans for more than 6 months, Kavi is much cleaner and smells different to the rest of his troop. But that doesn't stop Bipin investigating. Kavi's body language shows he's terrified. But some curious pokes and prods bring about a change in tactics. Kavi presents his hindquarters to the crowd. Amongst macaques, this is often an invitation to play. And it works. Suresh sees just what he's been hoping for. The gentle interaction between the bars suggests Kavi will get a warm welcome home. Unlocking the cage is a difficult task in more ways than one. Suresh will miss the little monkey. With one last blow, the moment of truth arrives. And Kavi is gone in a flash. The teens give chase, but Kavi's too fast. Maybe he knows that as he's been away, he'll be right back at the bottom of the Gulter gang pecking order. Maybe the sight of the pylon he fell from brings back bad memories. Or maybe, after many months in a cage, he's just desperate to run free. So Kavi disappears deep into the back streets. Back at the grain market, the monkey catcher's team have their targets in sight. The market echoes with a sound every monkey thief should fear, especially Zamir. The Gulter gang have wandered the streets for hours. There's been no sign of little Kavi. He's vanished like a ghost. Tarak leads his troop on a slow walk back home to the temple. But the mystery of Kavi's disappearance could soon be forgotten. Back at the grain market, Vasu and a group of his leading males are trapped and helpless. Caught in a nightmare of bars and bolts, there's no chance of escape. The captives are placed in a smaller cage for transportation. They're going to pay the penalty laid down by the law for any monkey that steps out of line. Relocation. Vasu's troop can only watch helplessly. They haven't just lost their leader, they've also lost the males most likely to succeed him. All except one, Zamir. The monkey catcher's main target has slipped through the net again. Zamir has already won the respect of several young males in Vasu's gang. His skills as a food finder are tried and tested, and he's one of the largest and fittest males left in the troop. The Gulter gang rebel is poised to take power, and he hasn't had to raise a finger. If he does take over Vasu's gang, the time might be ripe for Zamir to take over a territory as well. Tarak's. The Gulter temple would suit Zamir perfectly. Next time on Monkey Thieves, Vasu and his henchmen face a living nightmare. Zamir makes a big push for power, and the mystery of missing Kavi could be solved when charity workers find a little monkey in big trouble.